Right. Good evening, everyone. Online students, good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen? Kindly please respond to me in the chat for me, guys. Online students, come on, come on. Please respond. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen? Respond to me in the chat for me. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. A very, very good evening, guys. Very, very good evening. So, yes, you can hear me. You can see the screen. All right. Let us start our today's session. So, guys, yes, before starting our today's sessions, as always, let us just try to have a very, very small and a quick recap on the concepts which I had covered in our last session. That is on our Saturday's class. Saturday, we started discussing about servlet context and servlet config. We already know what is servlet context. We already used servlet context. You know, when you're speaking about setting the attributes, we can set the attributes on three objects: context object, request object, session object. First, we already discussed about servlet context, but Saturday, one more time we discussed about servlet context and servlet config also. Kindly please remember servlet context. Whenever we are setting an attribute, I repeat, whenever we are setting an attribute on servlet context, we can use that attribute throughout the project, anywhere. And we'll be able to set the attribute directly by using set attribute method or directly from web.xml. We already seen that. Yes or no? Yes. When you're speaking about servlet config object, whatever the attributes which we are setting for servlet config object, that is, you can use those attributes only for that particular servlet request. That's it. For every servlet, there will be a unique servlet config object will be getting created. You know when servlet config object will be getting created? Whenever init method is getting executed. You know, three lifecycle methods are there: init, service, destroy. First, init method will be executed now. Whenever init method is getting executed, automatically servlet config object will be getting created. Yeah, we already covered that. That is what the concept, that is the concept which we had covered on our Saturday's session. Now, today we will be discussing about filters. Filter. Okay. What is a filter? Uh, how to tell you this? Okay, I'll do one thing. For example, you're going for a movie. You're going for a movie. Okay. Let's take multiplex. You will be having your ticket, seat number, row number. You will be entering into that multiplex. Okay. Answer my question clearly, practically. Once you entered into that multiplex theater, is once you entered, you already entered. Not, I'm not speaking about ticket checking. Are you getting the point here? Before entering into the theater, ticket will be checked by that particular persons. No, no. I'm speaking about once you entered into the theater, directly you will be going and sit into your seat. Yes or no? You will find out where is, okay, C11, C11, 11, 11. Okay, you will be going and sitting there. That is case one. I'm not speaking about multiplex. I'm speaking about normal theaters. Normal theaters. Before 5, 10 years, before 5, 10 years, once you enter into the theater, there will be a person with a torch. Yes. First, he will focus the torch on our face. And so that we'll be directly going to him and we'll show the ticket. He will focus where is our seat row. Yes or no? Tell me. He is a filter. Filter. Sir, I did not understand. Okay. Guys, basically, what is a filter? Filters acts as a additional layer of security for servlet programming. Filters acts as a additional layer of security for servlet programming. If you want to use, you can use. Otherwise, not required. If you're not using filter also, not at all a problem. But there is this concept available. See, that person who is focusing on the light, if that person is not there also, directly will be going and sitting on our chairs. Yes or no? If that person is there, easily will be able to go there. That's it. It's not a big deal. You need to respond here. For example, if anyone is sitting in our chairs, we will directly tell to him that person, buddy, someone is sitting on our chair. I hope you're understanding the point here. He will act as a security, additional layer of security. Okay. For example, there is a form tag, HTML, form action, index.html is there. You are trying to give a click on submit. Whenever you are giving a click on submit, you know that your form action will be directly going to the servlet. Yes or no? Before servlet, you will be getting the filter. If you are using filter, you will be giving a click on submit. Whenever you are giving a click on submit, that action will be first going to the filter. From the filter, if you want to perform any operations, you can do that in operation in that filter. And then it will be going to the redirecting to the servlet. Otherwise, another filter. You can use any number of filters, no problem. But ultimately, your request will be processed in the servlet only. Are you understanding the point here? One more time, one more time. Index.html. Okay. Generally, first, whenever we are going, okay, index index.html. From here, normally, up to now, what we are doing from index.html, whenever we are sending a request, that request will be handled by the servlet. And we'll do some operations like DAO classes, forwarding to JSP, whatever it may be. But what I am saying here, before servlet, there will be filter. That request will be first coming to the filter. From this filter, again, that request will be forwarded to servlet. Ultimately, that request will be handled by the servlet only. That is for sure, ultimately. But if there is a filter, it acts as a additional layer of security. If you want to use it, you can use it. Otherwise, not. From one filter, you can forward that request to another filter, and finally servlet. That particular concept of forwarding one request to another filter from that another filter, that is actually known as filter chaining. Filter chaining. Okay, we'll discuss that. No need to worry. So now, whenever, for example, if we want to forward our request to the servlet, we will be using a URL in the form action. Yes or no? For example, let us think that that URL is log. Just login. The same URL you need to use for servlet also. Same URL means what I want to say is filter and servlet will trigger to the same URL pattern. Are you understanding me? One more time, one more time. From index.html, you are sending a request. Request means obviously we'll be using form action and method post. You will be using a URL, na? The same URL in servlet, we'll be using @web servlet and we'll be giving the URL. Yes or no? If you are using filter programming, we need to use @web filter. I hope you are imagining the code. Come on. As simple as it is, guys. That's it. Not more than that. For example, let me just try to, okay. When you are speaking about filters, okay. Basically, what is a filter? Filter is a component that executes, please tell me, that executes before a servlet. Filter will be triggered before a servlet. Filters are configured with the same URL pattern as the associated servlet. Both ensuring both filter and servlet responds to the same request. We'll see the code. Once you see the code, you'll understand. No need to worry. Okay. So basically, filter will be having high priority than servlet. What I told you before servlet, first filter will be getting executed. Yes or no? No, here I told you, na? Yes. Yes or no? Before servlet, first filter will be triggered. After that, servlet will be getting triggered. Filter will be having more priority than servlet, right? Now here, okay. So generally, what is the use of this? Okay, what is the use of these filters? You know, these are used for mainly for security related code. If we want to check whether the data which is given by the user right or wrong. Okay, you know what? For example, you are going for registration. At the time of registration, you need to check username, password, phone number, mobile number, mail ID, everything is right or wrong. User did not enter the mail ID as @ symbol. We can validate that in the filter only. No need to go directly to the servlet. Directly in the filter only, we can validate. Of course, we can validate directly in the index.html also by using, JavaScript is there. Na? We can validate, no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Filter concept is there, but very, very rarely we'll be using. But as this concept is there, you are supposed to have an idea about this filter programming. That's it, not more than that. Am I clear with this? So yeah, filters often contain security related programming. And when you are speaking about filter, these are all the three concepts which we need to keep in mind. First one is filter. Second one is filter chain. Third one is filter config. When you're speaking about servlet, online students, are you following me? Please respond to the chat for me, guys. Online students, are you following me? Please respond to the chat. All right. Then tell me one thing. When you are speaking about servlets, mainly three lifecycle methods are there. What is the first one? What is the first one? Init. In filter also, the first lifecycle method is init. In servlet, what is the second lifecycle method? Service. In filter, we are having do filter. In servlet, we'll be using do get, do post service. Yes, sir. Generic servlet service is there, na? Yes, like that. In filter, what we are having? Do filter. And what is the third method? Destroy. Here also, in filter also, we are having this destroy method. As simple as this. If we'll do one thing, let's try to execute this in our code. Then you'll be getting more clarity about this filter. Shall I? So I'll do one thing. Let me just try to, okay, data and here. Okay. So basically, I want to create a filter program. So this is the layout. Login.html. From login.html, I want to send the request to login filter.java. Sir, how to create login filter? Yeah, I'll tell you. We'll see. And if we want to create a servlet, we will be using extending HTTP servlet. If you want to create that filter, what we need to write? Implements filter. Implements. Yeah, implements. So tell me, filter, is it a class or interface? Absolutely correct. It's an interface. And in servlet, generally we will be using do post, do get like that. In filter programming, what we need to use? Do filter. So here we'll be using user bean, user login DAO, DB connect, DB info, and then directly I want to redirect to user home.jsp. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Let's try to create a project. Open your laptops. Please open your laptops. Open your laptops and there let us try to, okay, App 8 you have created, right? Application 8 you have done. Let's try to create one more. Go to new, select dynamic web project, and app 9 and scroll FILTR filter. App 9 and scroll filter. Make sure to write change your dynamic. Oh, sorry. Just a second. One more time. Right click. Go to new dynamic web project. Okay. Now here, app 9, app 9 underscore FILTR filter. Okay. And give a click on next. Next. Generate web.xml. Finish. Okay. Filter programming. It's created. First things first, add your DB jar. Add your DB jar to the lib folder. Please add your DB jar. Copy paste. Copy paste your DB jar. And then please add the servlet API to the build path. You know this. Add external jar, servlet API, apply and close. And now let us try to create login.html. Okay. So right click on web app, go to new, select HTML. And now here, simply I'm going to use login login.html. Give a click on next and finish. Okay. Now here, I just want to create CNTS center tag. Okay, center tag. And just let me try to go like H1 also. H1. Now, inside this, simply I'm going to write form action, form action, log. Directly, I'm trying to go like log, log method, just post. Okay, method post. Now, inside this form action tag, I'm just trying to go like username input type equal to text, name equal to uname. And let me just try to use BR to break statements. And after that, I'll be using input type equal to, okay, password, just username PSSWOWORD password, input type equal to password, name equal to UPWD, and of course, input type equal to submit, input type equal to submit, value simply login. I'm just trying to write like this. Login.html. So please make sure to change in the web.xml. In web.xml, by default, you will not be having that login.html. You'll be having index.html. So remove this. Make sure to give login login.html. Login.html. And let me try to in my SRC. Okay, Java resources SRC. Let me try to create a package com.pack1. Give a click on finish. We created a package. Inside this package, you know what, guys? Just a second. We created login.html. In my database, run just a second. Okay. We are already having this registration table. Is it present? Please check in your database. Do you have that registration table? Yes. Now, what I want to do, I'm giving username and password. I just want to check whether is it username and password is present or not. If it is present, I want to display in the JSP. That's it. So here, according to this diagram, user login done. After that, before going to login filter, you know that we need to create DB connect, DB info, user bean. Do you remember that? Let's try to create DB connect, DB info, and user bean first. DB connect and DB info. Okay. Yep. DB connect, DB info. After that, user bean. Let me go to class, user bean, bean class. Now, when you're speaking about a bean class, implements serializable. After that, private, 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 all are varchar only. Private, string, uname, u underscore name, u underscore pwd, u underscore fname, u underscore last name, first name, last name, u underscore mail ID, and u underscore phone. Okay, private string variables. Let me try to generate setters and getters. Okay, generate setters and getters. And I'm going to generate a public constructor also. Public user user bean just like this. Done. Public constructor. Setters and getters methods. Okay. Now we need to create user login DAO. Okay. Right click, go to new, select class, user login DAO, user login DAO, finish. Think about the code. You know this concept. Obviously, we need to write a method, public public void retrieve retrieve or else check login, check check login, check login, and here string username string username comma strng string password. String username comma string password. Now check chek, check login. You know what? Let me just try to give the return type as user bean. And here I'm going to take user bean equal to null and return return bean. I'm just trying to write like this. Now, right? You know this concept. CATCH catch exception E dot print stack trace method. Now DB connect dot connect method return type is CONNECTON connection. Okay. Now after that con dot prepare statement SELECT select star from REGISTRATO registration where username equal to question mark, username equal to question mark and PASSWORD password equal to question mark. Basically, this is the query. Select star from registration where username equal to Kishan and PASSWORD password equal to 1234. Yeah, query. Basically, this is a query. In this query, I'm not going to give this data. No, just let me try to remove this. Okay. I'm using prepared statement now. Now I want to, okay, equal to PSTMT belongs to, come on, go ahead. Prepared statement. After that, we need to set dot set string one. Here I'll be, yeah, writing username dot set string to password. After that, PSTMT dot execute execute query equal to rs belongs to a result set if rs dot next. Come on, you know the process. If rs dot next, I'm going to create a new user bean equal to bean and bean dot absolutely bean dot set username rs dot get string one. How many columns are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Set username, set password, set first name, set last name, set mail ID, and set phone number. Make sure to change the numbers, please. Six. Okay. Now, after that, I am returning the pin. That's it. Come on, continue up to here. How many of you completed? Raise your hands. Completed. Two. Only two. Come on, carry on. If you need any class, please do let me know. I'll try to show you. 2 minutes. This is not a new code, guys. You already know this. This is not at all a new code. The only thing is I'm just trying to add filter programming in between HTML and servlet. That's it. I'm just trying to add a filter. Look at this diagram. Generally from login.html directly we'll be going to welcome servlet. But in between HTML and servlet, I'm trying to add a filter. That's it. Not more than that. Remaining everything is same. You know this. Come on, go ahead. Okay, is it done? Is it done? Okay. Then let's try to create a filter. What is that filter name? Login filter. Normal Java class. create a normal Java class log and login filter. Normal Java class, just a normal Java class. Now here what you need to write, implements filter filter filter. There are a lot of filters are there. Please make sure to import the filter from which package? Which package? Java x.servlet package. Please make sure to check the import statement. Otherwise, you'll be getting an error. Okay. And obviously, we'll be getting an error. Why we are getting an error? Come on, it's a interface. We need, whenever we are inheriting an interface, pretty much damn sure we need to override the abstract method. And the abstract method present in that filter is do filter. Let me just try to write like this. Servlet request REQ, servlet response RES, and filter chain. Do filter method. Okay, tell me one thing. Do get, do post, parameterized or non-parameterized? Okay, tell me do post, parameterized or non-parameterized? Parameter. How many parameters? Two. What are those? HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response. Same for do get also. Right now I'm using do filter. Of course, this is also parameterized method, but three parameters. Servlet request, servlet response, and a filter chain. So what is this filter chain? Yeah, you'll understand what is the use of this filter chain. Right now, okay. Guys, this is important. Please listen to me. In login.html, we are using this URL. Log URL na? In login filter @web filter, not web servlet. Previously, we are using web servlet. Currently, we are using filter concept. Na? So, web filter, and please give the same URL. Then whenever you are sending whenever you are giving a click on submit, that is login button, immediately this filter will be triggered first. Okay. Now, now call the method which is present in your DAO class. In user login method, in user login class, you are having the method na check login. Call the method. Call the method. Go ahead. Just try to call the method. New user login DAO dot check login. We need to give username and password. Request dot get parameter request. Request dot R, come on, REQ. Okay. Request dot get parameter. Here we need to give the username. Response dot get parameter. Oh, sorry. Request dot get parameter, and here we need to give the password. What is the return type for this check login method? Bean, user bean, just user bean. Now here I'll be giving whatever the name which I have given in the username, that is uname, and here I'm gonna give exactly the same name, that is UPWD. Okay. Now, if bean equal to null, else part. If bean equal to null, let me just directly try to new, throw new runtime exception, and here I'm going to give a message user invalid credentials, invalid, invalid credentials, invalid credentials. Else, I'm going to forward this request. You know what? Let me try to set the attribute. Request dot set attribute. Let me go like bean, user USER, user bean, and I'm passing this entire bean object. You know that if we want to forward a request, we will be using request dot get request dispatcher. That is in servlet. That is in servlet. Right now we are dealing with a filter. So there is filter chain fc dot do filter method. We just need to use a method. What is that? fc dot do filter method. This method, it is used to link the request to the servlet. Can you please first write this correctly? Is it done for everyone? Please raise how many of you completed? Okay, that is very good. We'll do one thing in else part. Wait, not in else part. In here, system.out.println, simply I'm going to write step 1. Please try to write like this. Just for understanding purpose. Write step 1. Step 1. Okay. Now look at the diagram here. From login.html, we are sending the request to login filter. Login filter is actually accessing the user bean, user login DAO. We are creating an object now. Okay. And then we are forwarding that to servlet, welcome servlet. In this welcome servlet, directly we will forward that to the JSP. What is that? User home.jsp. Just forward the request. That's it. No need to do anything. We already check whether username and password is right or wrong. Where we have checked that in a login filter. Already checking is done. That work is done. Okay, let's try to create welcome servlet.java. Let's go. Right click, go to new, select a class, and here WLCOME welcome SERVLET. Welcome servlet. Give it a click on finish. Okay, now here extends HTTP servlet and which method we need to use, which method we have used in our HTML do post. So PROTECTD protected void do post POST. And of course, let me use the annotation override. And here I'm going to write HTTP servlet request REQ comma HTTP servlet response RESTHR throws servlet exception comma IO exception. And I told you to just to forward request dot get. You know what? Here I just want you to write system dot out dot println step two, STEP step two. Just write step two and yeah, request dot get request dispatcher and dot forward request response user home dot JSP. Okay. USER user home dot JSP. And here, please make sure to write the annotation web servlet. Annotation web servlet. And please give the URL log. If you observe in servlet, we are not checking whether user and password is right or wrong. It's already done. Where we are checking that in filter. In filter already it's done. Okay. Now let us try to create user home.jsp. Web app, go to new, select JSP and yeah, user home.jsp. Give a click on next and finish. JSP got created. Now just let me try to CNTR center tag. Okay. Center tag. Now H1. Just want to write H1. Now let me use my scriptlet tag here. Inside this scriptlet tag, request dot get attribute. We use the attribute in login dot filter. What is that attribute? User bean. Okay. I'm using exactly the same user bean equal to b ub. Let me just try to write ub, and that is of type user bean. Of course, typecast it into user bean. Now here out.println out.println just want to display user details, just a small user details. Okay. After this, here I'm going to use user name plus ub dot get user name like this. Okay. After that, username ub dot get password, get first name, get last name, get mail ID, get phone number. That's it. You know what? This password, I'll do one thing. Let me just try to take string pwd equal to password, and here pwd dot substring 0 comma 1 dot concat. Just let me try to give some stars plus dot concat pwd dot substring 0 comma pwd 0 comma pwd dot substring no pwd dot length minus 1, I guess. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm done. Let me execute. Right click, run on server. Removing everything. I'm just trying to run my, I think, yeah, Tomcat problem. Let me try to stop the Tomcat C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9.0, bin, Tomcat 9W. Yes, it's already started. Let me stop it. Okay, Tomcat is stopped. Now let me execute. Right click, run as, run on server. My server started. Username Kishan, password 1234. Let me log in. Okay, username Kishan. Oh, all usernames I have given. Username, this is PASSWORD. This is password. Okay. After that, FIRST. First name. After that, LAST. Last name. Then MAIL. Mail ID. After that, phone. 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 Now here also, now let's see. Yep. I just want to get, let me try to give the length. You know what? I'll just try to give like this. Now let's see. I'm concatenating. Am I getting my first string? Yes. Plus, I just want to get my last character. Okay. Of course. In the password, I'm just displaying only the first and last character. Now, let me stop this. Let me execute the program one more time. Guys, eyes on the board, please. I'm sorry. Listen. Eyes on the board. Eyes on the board. Let me just try to execute. Right click, run as, run on server. Okay. Now, Kishan 1234 login and I'm able to get my details. Okay. Now let's get back to here. Did you observe the console? In my console, first I'm getting step one. Where we write this step one? in filter. So before servlet, first what got executed? Filter got executed. First filter, after that servlet. Sir, wait. You know what? I did not understand why we are using filter. Without using filter also, we can write the same code in the servlet. See, that's what I am trying to say. Filters acts as an additional layer of security. If you want to use, we can use. Otherwise, not. Your wish. Got it? Please. Come on, have this. If you observe, check the in the welcome servlet, we are using annotation. Please read it. What is the name of the annotation? At the rate web servlet. In filter, what is the name? Please read. At the rate web filter. And if you observe, in filter and in servlet, we are having exactly the same URL. That's what I'm saying. Please. How many of you completed? Raise your hands. What about others? Check that clearly. Check that clearly. And you should be able to see the output also. Are you able to see the output? Check the output. Check the output. Check the output. Please check the output. All right. Is it done? Done? Are you respond, guys? How many of you not done? Raise your hands. Not done. Not done. Not done. Raise. No problem. I'll wait for 1 more minute. After that, I'll move on to the next topic. Okay. All right. Now, guys, just a second. Did you remember servlet config? Servlet config means, yeah, it is unique for every servlet. It is unique for every servlet. Servlet config object will be getting created whenever init method is getting executed, I told you. Yes? For servlet config object, we'll be able to set the attributes directly in the web.xml. We already covered that. Exactly like same, we are having one more, that is filter config. Same as it is same, as it is same. In filter config also, we will be able to set the attributes directly in the web.xml. Let's try to create this. Let's go. Let's try to create one more application. App 10. Right click, go to new, select dynamic web project, app 10, and I'm going to write app 10 underscore filter, filter config, filter config. Okay, just let me try to use 4.0. Give a click on next and finish. I don't want to use any database here. I don't want to use any database, but Servlet API. let's use Servlet API. Right click on the project, build path. Please add Servlet API. Okay. Servlet API, open, apply and close. Okay, okay, okay. Now, inside this SRC main web app, I want you to create a HTML. Just let's try to create display.html. Go to new, select HTML, display, just display. Okay, display, display.html. Okay, give a click on next and finish. HTML is created here. Okay, CENTER, display.html. I'm just trying to use only username. I'm just trying to give username submit, SUBMIT, submit. Form action, let me DIS, just display. Okay, now let us try to create display filter. New package com.pack1, finish. Inside this package, I'm going to create new class DISPLAY filter, display filter. Okay, display filter. So implements filter, FILT, Servlet filter, by the way. Make sure to implement Servlet filter. Add unimplemented methods, RES, filter chain, throws IO exception and Servlet exception, no problem. Anything is fine. Let me try to keep it like this. Now, I want you to write init method. Public, PUB, public, void, in it, public, PUBLIC, public. Oh, it is present inside the method. Let me just try to write here. PUBLIC, public, void, init, INIT, init method. And I told you that is a parameterized method. Filter config, FILTR, filter config, CONFIG, filter config. Its parameter is filter config. And here, let me just try to use PUBLIC public filter config CFG equal to null. Just like this. Now config. You know what? Let me use the same name. Config equal to this dot config. You know why I'm using this keyword? If instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first part will be given to the local variable. In order to avoid that ambiguity, I'm using this keyword. Basically, I'm overriding init method also. Okay. Now, in this do filter method, before writing any code in this do filter method, let's try to deal with web.xml. Did you remember in servlet config also we wrote the code in web.xml? Nana, here, here. Yesterday, I mean to say Saturday, we wrote this code where whenever we are dealing with servlet config, we wrote this code now. Come on. Please read the tags servlet, servlet name, servlet class, init parameters, servlet mapping. Now read the tag here, filter, filter name, filter class, init parameter, filter mapping. Are you getting the point? Same, as the same. Let me first try to copy this. And where is that web.xml here? WebInf. Ah, so let me remove all this. Not required. Okay. Now here, display display.html, right? Display.html. So basically, this is my web.xml. Okay. In web.xml, let me just try to copy this. Okay. Now, what is the filter name I have used? display display filter, filter, display filter. What is the fully qualified filter name? Com dot pack one dot display filter filter. Parameter name, I'm just trying to give a parameter as message. Parameter value, I'm going to give something like Java is awesome. Filter name is display filter. And what is the URL pattern we have given? DIS. Please continue up to here. Feel free to copy paste the code which in our previous we wrote sublet config na. In that sublet config we are having web.xml. You already wrote that. Same code here also. Feel free to check with that. Only tags will change. Is it done? How many of you completed? No one. Take time. No problem. Take time. Write it clearly, please. Buddy, are you coding? Yeah, you. Raise your hand. Yeah. What happened? I'm sorry. Then type it at least. Don't miss the classes here. Boys, switch on the light there. Okay, done. You're not responding here. Done. Okay, now let's get back to our filter, display filter. Inside this, let me just try to use request dot set attribute. Let me go like filter filter name, and here I'll use config dot get filter name. In config, we use it get servlet config, na? Get servlet name. Exactly like that. Get filter name. After that, request dot set attribute request req request dot set attribute here. Let me go like message, and I'm going to use config dot get init parameter. In my web.xml, I use the name parameter name as message. The same thing I'm using in here also. After that, let me just try to forward. I'm going to forward this to request dot get request dispatcher. Forward it to home.jsp. HOME home.jsp. Just home.jsp. And of course, dot forward request response. Now let me try to create home.jsp. In web app, go to new, select JSP home.jsp, HOME home.jsp. Now in home.jsp, okay, this is home.jsp. First things first, let me go like center tag, CNTS center. After that, H1, H1, and inside this, our scriptlet tag. Now request dot get attribute. First, what is the name I have used here? Filter, FILT here. Filter name. Okay. Filter name. Okay. Equal to of type string. Just let me try to go like string FILT here. Filter name. FILT here. Filter name. Now, after that, request dot get, sorry, request dot get attribute. I'm using message. Same here also I'm using message. Message. Okay. Same as it is same. And I'm using string name equal to request dot get parameter uname. Is it uname? Yeah. Uname the same. Now after that out dot println welcome WLCOMG welcome plus name using two break statements. Okay. Now here I'm going to write FILT here. Filter name, just like this. One more message. I'm just trying to print the message. Whatever the data, whatever the attributes which we have given from web.xml. This filter name we are getting from filter config object. Here we are getting this from web.xml. Let me just try to execute. Okay. Filter name is wrong. I forgot to write display. Let me refactor DIS. Yeah, finish. Now let me execute for one more time. Okay. Username, just submit. Welcome, Kishan. Filter name. What is the filter name? Display filter. From where we are getting this data? From filter config. And message. Java is awesome. From where we are getting this message? From web.xml. How we wrote in servlet config? Same scenario. Same scenario. In filter config also. Come on. This is, we started from here. If anyone wants to take a pic, feel free to take a pic. I am speaking about filter config. This is filter config. Second project. Feel free to take a pic. Online students, if you need, feel free to take a pic. First, display.html. After that, display filter. This is not a servlet, by the way. Display filter. And by the way, did I write any annotation here? Annotation at the rate web filter. I did not write any annotation. Even though I did not write any annotation, how this filter got executed? How? In web.xml, I mapped the URL pattern. Na? So basing on this, that filter got triggered. Anyways, display filter. This is display filter. After that, web.xml. This is filter mapping. And then this is home.jsp. That's it. This is what we had covered up to now. Filter, regarding filter, right? Online students, please respond to the chat for me. Am I clear with this? You need to respond to the chat, guys. See, again, I'm saying you, filters provides additional layer of security, both for servlet and JSP. That's it, not more than that. If you want to write, you can write. Otherwise, not required. Anyone wants to take the first project also? It's already done now. You want to take? Okay, let's go. First, login.html. Today, first we have started with login.html. Login.html. After that, user bean. User bean. After that, user login DAO. User login DAO. After that, login filter. Login filter. After that, welcome servlet. Welcome servlet. And then JSP. User home.jsp. That's it. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Tomorrow, we'll be discussing about events and listeners. Very, very easy concept. So most probably, I'm guessing today is Monday. Today is Monday. Maybe by Wednesday or Thursday, we'll wind up. Maybe by Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be trying to wind up our advance. Almost complete. Simple, simple concepts are there. Small, small concepts. All right. Online students, I want you to kindly please respond to the chat for me, guys. Please respond to the chat for me. Respond in the chat, respond in the chat. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Yeah, Harshit.